Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo. I see you because I've never used this fan before in a video. I'm so scared I'm going to throw it. Hold on. I'm YouTube famous now. Available summer 2025, the album. Dad, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy. I went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid. I got in a fight. Kiss me once. Come on, pretty baby. Kiss me deadly. Peace. I'm singing that in honor of RuPaul's Drag Race. If you haven't watched last week's episode, that was the lip sync for your life song. Little Lita Ford. I think it was missed on the kids. But they did a good job. They did a really good job. They did. So, how are you guys doing today? How are you doing? Happy Tuesday. No, today is not a Tuesday twofer. Two for Tuesday. Today is a one for Tuesday. I filmed so many videos today. I have filmed a booktube video talking about all the books I'm going to read in March. Yesterday, I did a book haul. I filmed a Peterisms video. I have just filmed my reaction and review to The Last Showgirl with Pamela Anderson and Jamie Lee Curtis over for my Peter Watches TV channel. Yesterday, I covered The Gorge movie. So if you don't know, I have a new channel I started about a year ago, and it's called Peter Watches TV. I also have an Instagram attached to it. Well, not attached to it, but like a keychain. But attached to it called Peter Watches TV on Instagram. So if you want, it's put below. So it's put below. It's put away and below. If you guys want to go follow me on that Instagram, every night over there, whatever I'm watching in real time, I like put up a poster of what I'm watching. A poster. I'll put up a poster of what I'm watching in real time. Except last night I didn't because I got started on my shows late. But the only show I really watched last night, now I don't remember. The only show I watched last night was Ghosts. I'm into that show Ghosts. Have you seen it? It's like, it just got renewed for season 5 and 6. People are telling me, they're like, it's the UK version. So it's based on this UK show called Ghosts, I guess. And people are telling me the UK version is better, which I'll watch. But the US version is so corny and stupid and cute. I like, last night, and I also started Station 11. And I'm loving Station 11. But last night I was like, okay, I'm going to watch one episode of... This is when you know you're hooked, okay, on a show. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I'm going to watch one episode of Ghost, and then I'm going to watch Station 11 so I can finish it and binge watch it. 4 hours later, I'm still watching Ghost. So I was so into it. If you don't know what it's about this couple. And she, like her great-great-grand aunt or something, great aunt that she don't even know, dies and leaves her and her husband this mansion out in the middle of nowhere in upstate New York. Okay, so then they go there, and then there's like all these ghosts in the house, and she falls and hits her head, and so then she can see the ghosts, but her husband can't see the ghosts. It's real cute. I'm like obsessed with it. I don't know why. But tonight, I have to watch the Ruby Frankie documentary. I don't really know much about that case, but I mean, I know a little bit about it. But I gotta watch that tonight on Hulu. I think it's called The Devil in the Family or something like that. Because I'm gonna do my reaction to that tomorrow on my Peter Watches TV channel. And tomorrow's Cousin Fun Day. So let's get into the fun of today's fun day, okay? Today is Drama Fun Day. Tomorrow is Cousin Fun Day. Today I want to get back to... Was there anything else I wanted to share today? I don't think so. So about a week ago, I put out on my Instagram, not my Peter Watches TV Instagram, my Peter Monn Instagram. If you're not following my Peter Monn Instagram, I do not know what is wrong with you, okay? But I will tell you what's wrong with me. I had to like look down and see what side it was. So I went to go trim my beard tonight. You know, or trim my beard today, because tonight I'm going to a meeting with my good Judy, Tanya Jean, and I was like, okay, I'm going to trim my beard and shave and stuff, and then tonight all I got to do is take a shower and like get dressed real quick and then go over to her house. So I put the guard of my razor blade on my razor. I put it on 1 instead of 2 by accident. It like slipped. And right here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little shorter. I was going to trim it all down to 1, but then it just looks like I have 5 o'clock shadow. And I was like, I can't do that. So anyway, right here, there's like a patch where it's like at 1 and the rest of it's at 2. You know, shit happens. Anyway, about a week ago, I put up this thing on my Peter Monn Instagram. Oh, that's what I was saying. By the way, why don't you follow my Instagram? Oh, you do? You do? So many people send me DMs. I try to get back to all of them. I try to do my best. But if you follow my Peter Monn Instagram, you get to see things like Thumbelina the squirrel. She just had 2 surgeries last week because she had ear infections. Little thing. I felt so bad for Thumbelina the squirrel, but you know what? She got a wooden spoon of avocado, so she's okay. And then yesterday, Marvin, Big Teeths, I love Marv so much. Oh, I love him so much. He's my favorite rescue dog of life right now. And he had to go in yesterday, and his mom was so worried about him. And she did, like, live streams talking about it and stuff. But he had to go in and get some teeth pulled, and then they were going to, like, do this neutering, but they're going to wait because it was too much for Marv at this time. He only weighs, like, so he's only at, like, 3 pounds right now, and they're wanting to get him over 4 pounds. And so she explained the whole thing about that. Anyway, I love Marv so much. It makes me so happy to watch these, like, rescue animals. And, you know, I think, let's get real here for a second, okay? Give me a moment. I think, like, if you didn't make it to my last video where I talked about this at the end, I was talking about Thumbelina, and I was talking about, like, 4 rescue dogs that I follow regularly passed in, like, the last month. Like, Norbert, oh my God, devastated. But anyway, you know, these little animals, like Thumbelina and Marv and stuff like that, like, they have these medical issues, they have to have these surgeries, you know, they have all this stuff going on, and it's like they don't complain, you know, they don't complain. Thumbelina's just sleeping, she got a bed now that it looks like a dryer, okay, but it's not a dryer, it's just her bed, and her little feet were hanging out of there the other day. She don't complain about her life. You know, we complain so much. We complain and complain and complain so much about the world and our lives, and mostly, and there's a lot to complain about. There's a lot of really serious shit going on in the world, right? Like, I grant it that. There's a lot that we should be talking about. There's a lot of things that are really important to be talking about. But then I think sometimes I look back on my life and I think I filled so much of my life with just kind of inconsequential complaints that just really, what was the point of it, you know? I borrowed trouble and I wasted time. And I don't want to do that anymore. And when I look at these, I mean, I'm still going to do drama on my drama channel because that's what I do over here, right? So anyway, but when I look at these little rescue animals, I'm like, they don't go about throughout their day complaining. She's so happy, little Thumbelina, about, little avocado spoons. So anyway, those dogs, squirrels, whatever, they inspire me. Oh, the Gentle Barn. That Instagram account maybe they have TikTok. I don't know. I'm not on the TikTok. But they keep all these kind of farm animals that they rescue. Oh my God, it makes me so happy. So anyway, cows and all kinds of stuff. But about a week ago, I put over on my Instagram something about, like, what do you want to know about ask me about any influencer or pop culture person out there. I think it's mostly influencers. And ask me name them. I said, name them. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. So, I don't think I actually made this video. I think I did my Q&A. So I'm going to start actually at the end of it. So these are like the first people that asked me stuff. And I'm just going to go through here and I'm going to answer these. And we'll go through these. Okay, so which influencer do you dislike most? Well, first of all, and I put influencer on my Instagram page, so it's my fault. But let me just explain this before I get into this, okay? When people refer to themselves as content creators, I use these words interchangeably because I think it makes more sense for you guys when you're watching it because these are the words that they've used. I'm literally a guy that got lucky enough to make videos on YouTube and call it a job, okay? As many of these people are. The majority of the people that I cover over here are not trained makeup artists. Most of them don't know, they aren't trained videographers. They didn't get bachelor's degrees or master's degrees in film studies. They just are lucky enough, popular enough, or talented enough that they got followings for what they do, you know? The fact that a lot of people refer to themselves as content creators, and they'll say, like, well, I have to film content, or I have to prepare content. I mean, I've had so many people say that to me, and I can just, like, the eyes just want to roll back into my head. What is content? Okay, can you explain? Oh, you mean you have to film a fucking video? Okay. But they take themselves so seriously, this whole idea of, like, being an influencer. Like, I was talking about Jaclyn Hill yesterday, and that, you know, she'll try to sell anything. She don't care what it is. She's going to sell it and link it, you know? And it's interesting because on my vlog recently, I have started doing candle pairings at night. If you watch my vlog, I vlog every single day on Peter Vlogs, and I do candle pairings. I show, like, a new coffee mug every single day and share what coffee I'm drinking, and then I do a candle pairing, or one candle, but usually 2, and I'll try to pair the candles together, and I've been opening new candles, and so I have a subscription box to Shy Wolf Candle Company, which I love their candles. They have Taylor Swift inspired candles, Stevie Nicks inspired candles, tarot card, crystals. Anyway, their subscription box I love. I pay for it myself, and so I do this unboxing every month on my Peter Does Stuff channel. Well, on my vlog, I open the candles, I open other candles, I do this candle pairing, okay? I also have been talking nonstop over there about the Margaret Wrinkle book called The Comfort of Crows, which was Reese Witherspoon's book for September. I just bought 2 more of Margaret Wrinkle's books. One is called Late Migration, which is a book that I'm reading for March, because that book, Comfort of Crows, calmed my mind and brought me peace and serenity like nobody's business. And I loved that book. I've talked so much about that book, okay? And so, you know, it's interesting because I talk about that book and I get people that reach out to me literally every single day. I mean, literally 5, 6 people and are like, oh my God, I just bought the Margaret Wrinkle book. I bought the companion workbook. They're sending me pictures of it. I bought this candle because you talked about it. I could link all this stuff, okay, to make money off of it and consider myself an influencer. The reality is, just by talking about it, I'm probably influencing more people to buy that stuff because I actually love that shit, okay? I talk about, if you watch my vlogs, you'll know I'll say, well, that candle doesn't have really that good of a hot throw or a cold throw. I don't know about that candle. I'll look up stuff about candles online. I'm like, no, I'm not really down with that. Or, ooh, I love this candle. I would buy this, like, All Too Well, by the Taylor Swift candle. That's supposed to smell like nostalgia and plaid scarves, but it smells so good. It smells like a bonfire. By Shy Wolf Candle Company. Like, I would buy that candle 100 times over, right? But there's some of their candles that I wouldn't buy again. And I'm very honest about it. So that word influencer, and content creator, I just think it's such bullshit. When I see people post, like, on Instagram, like, you know, and they'll say, like, I'm taking the next 3 days off to film content. I'm like, you are, like, so in your head. You take yourself so seriously, okay? Listen, 98% of us got here by luck. The other 2% worked their asses off. And of that 98% of us, probably 70% of us work our asses off and got lucky, right? So most of it isn't because all of a sudden it just fell into your lap that you're like, I don't know, it's just like these people take themselves so seriously sometimes. To me, it's like a real turnoff. When I have met people out in the wild, like in public, and I'll be like, and they don't know who I am or whatever, and I'm like, what do you do? And they're like, I'm a content creator. I'm like, that fucking doesn't tell me anything about what you do, okay? Well, I don't know what kind of content, what's your content? Like, are you painting pictures? Are you making clothes? Are you a photographer? What? I'm like, okay, what? And I'm usually real nice about it. I'm like, well, what kind of content? Instagram. I'm like, that still doesn't, what are you talking about? What, you post pictures? I'm like, oh, what kind of pictures on Instagram and whatever, right? And then they'll be like, oh, blah, 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 what do you do? And, you know, whatever. And then I'll be like, oh, I make videos on YouTube. I just, you know, post videos on YouTube. And they go, oh, like, really? Would I know who you are? I go, oh, probably not. And they're like, how many channels do you have? Or like, what's your channel called? And I go, I have 7. And they go, you have 7 channels? That's what they always say to me, right? Like, they're so shocked. And then what they do is then they look me up. And then all of a sudden they want to talk to me. Okay, I'm like, baby, my views ain't that good. You don't listen. I ain't nobody that you want to be like. So that's my whole opinion about, I know it's not a popular opinion, but I think it's phony as shit when people refer to themselves as influencers and content creators. Miss me with that shit. You got lucky by posting some stuff and people liked you, okay? And it could happen to anybody. And anybody's career could be gone tomorrow because of it, okay? So listen, these are not people that we should, I mean, I don't know why we are always, like, going to, even me, okay? I don't even know why we're going to these people and asking them their deep thoughts about world issues. They are literally people that got lucky by posting some videos on YouTube. I got lucky by posting videos. You know, I'm just a shit-talking gossip channel. I got lucky talking about just people, you know, on YouTube. When people come to me and they go, you know, you make your career off of other people's names, I'm like, you think I don't know that? I'm a drama channel. I know what I do over here, okay? Yeah, I talk about other people. I'm a drama channel, you know? Yeah, I'm fully aware that I got my channel built off the names of other people. That's what a drama commentary channel is. That'd be like coming to my Peter Watches TV channel and say, you do realize that you built your channel off of TV shows and movie titles, right? I'm like, yeah, that's kind of the idea over here. It's like somebody going to ETV and being like, well, you built your channel off of talking about the Kardashians and pop culture. Yeah, I think they're fully aware of that, right? I don't try to, like, I don't try to hide it and you know, put it at, you know, you can put a pig in a dress, but it's still just a pig. I know what I am. You know what I mean? But when people want to get so serious about it, I'm like, miss me with that shit. Like, seriously, I would respect you more if you just acted like what you were. I have to film content this week. What, girl? I'm confusion about that. So anyway, I just wanted to clarify that. But which influencer do I dislike the most? I don't know any of them well enough to really dislike. I mean, it's like if I ask you, like, well, I guess this would be a fair question, like, which person on Survivor do you dislike the most? I mean, you'd be like, well, I don't really like this person or that person. This is a good example, okay? Reality shows, whatever. You don't know them, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I've talked to some of these people before, and like, I mean, I've talked to some of these people a lot before, but it's been years. I don't really know them. I mean, who do I dislike the most for their actions and things like that? I mean, it would be a close tie between James Charles and Colleen Ballinger. I know people want me to say Robbie DeChristie. I think Robbie DeChristie is really lost right now, okay? There's a part of me that really feels for her. I hope she figures it out. Am I going to continue to do commentary on Robbie DeChristie? Yeah, I'm a fucking drama channel. That's what I do. I'm going to keep on talking about it. But I feel for her at the same time. You can have two feelings at once. James Charles is so arrogant and entitled, and I don't know if it was because he got his rise up early on and being young that he just thinks he's untouchable. I don't know if it's because of how he was raised. I mean, my parents raised me to be humble and be grateful. I don't know how he was raised. Maybe it has nothing to do with his parents. I have no idea. But that is one of the most arrogant people I've ever met in my entire life that does not think that he can be touched at all. That is why he has gotten away with so much, because he literally doesn't think that anything's going to ever affect him. But you know what, James? Your time may come. Your time may come, baby. I'm just telling you right now. It just may come. Colleen Ballinger, the thing about Colleen Ballinger is she was old enough to know better. And I think the other thing about James is James, like, attempted to do what would look right, and then that backfired on it, okay? But Colleen Ballinger, she never even tried. Like, she didn't even try to look at her shit. She like, makes little things in her videos, little comments that could tell she's still bitter as shit, right? She never once took a... You know what? Colleen Ballinger is the one I dislike the most. I think I don't know. Colleen Ballinger, she's never once, ever... It's not even about taking accountability. She has no awareness. That's pretty scary to me. That you could go through all that and absolutely not have any awareness whatsoever about any, I mean, at all, to even kind of mention it and say anything, just kind of like, I feel kind of bad for what happened the last couple years, anything. And don't tell me that it's because she's worried she's going to end up in a court of law or be arrested. For getting in a video and say, I feel bad for what happened the last couple years. No, she'll say things like, I can't tour anymore. I think she's bitter as shit that Adam McIntyre and Trisha Paytas are touring right now. Oh, hell yeah, I do. I think Colleen Ballinger is the person I dislike the most. So, Daniel Preda. Okay, here's the thing about Daniel Preda. Like, I've watched Daniel Preda over the years, okay? When he was with Joey Graceffa. And at the time that he was with Joey Graceffa was when I had people that were telling... It was real interesting to me that Trisha had Joey Graceffa on her podcast, because Trisha used to tell me stuff about Joey Graceffa and Daniel Preda. Basically insinuating that Daniel Preda was just like a highly paid assistant. And other people told me stuff. It wasn't just Trisha. It was multiple people told me stuff about their relationship. You think I just made this up one day that I said they had a fake relationship? I didn't just make that up one day. Numerous people told me that. So, I watched him. Joey Graceffa to me has always kind of been like, yeah, like, I'm like better than everybody else, right? Like, that kind of shit missed me with it, okay? Daniel Preda is like, I feel like he had to overcompensate because he was the partner of Joey Graceffa, that Joey Graceffa, I don't know what, picked off of Model Mayhem to be in that video with him and then said we're going to be boyfriends because it worked for his channel. I don't really know how that went down, but I think that's kind of what I heard. So anyway... And then turn it into this fantasy fairy tale video. Y'all not remember that's how Joey Graceffa came out. I think people sometimes forget that, right? Like, when you look back, I mean, drama channels exist to remember the history of what happened, okay? That's how Joey Graceffa came out, with that fairy tale video that Daniel Preda was his fairy tale prince in. And then they all of a sudden were together, right? Like, who comes out that way? Like, that doesn't even make any sense to me. So anyway, but then Daniel Preda, I don't know if people remember this, but like on Twitter... He was one of the most vocal people on Twitter. I mean, he would go off on people. He would shred people left and right. He had a lot to say, okay? A lot to say. In the comment sections of his videos, people would ask him questions, very fair questions. I mean, he came out in the Gabby Hanna thing. I mean, this is just one example, but he came out in the Gabby Hanna thing and referred to Colleen Ballinger as his best friend. When people later asked him, he said, girly girl, I haven't seen her in 3 years. He talks to the people in his comment section so horribly. I do not know what is so unhinged about about that man. But what's sad about it is that back in the day when I would watch his videos, like going to the cabin in the woods and doing his gardening, I liked that side of Daniel Preda. But what I've realized about Daniel Preda is that Daniel Preda is so arrogant and so ego-filled that he can't step down for it for a moment. So that's what I think of Daniel Preda. I think he is so filled with arrogance, ego, and pride. And I wish him the best because, I mean, he had to start a GoFundMe. I don't know anybody that has, I mean, literally, like, movie stars and all these people in the entertainment industry out there lost homes, and I mean, and then all these people that were not movie stars that literally had no money saved at all lost like whole homes, their whole lives, like all their possessions, you know? It's one of the reasons why, like, Sebastian Soto, fellow drama channel out there, hey Sebastian, you know, he was doing this whole Amazon fundraiser for the victims of the wildfires and stuff like that, like, and he was, you know, he had to leave, he and his, the partner had to leave their house and go stay with some people. I followed it all. He's not starting a GoFundMe for himself. He's turning his wounds into wisdom. I had such you want to talk about who I dislike, I'll tell you who I like. I had such fucking mad respect for Sebastian Soto in that moment. That you're literally getting displaced from your home and going to stay with people, going to stay with friends because you have to leave, and you are doing an Amazon fundraiser for the victims of the wildfires. I mean, he raised so much money off of that. I was so impressed. And then you got Daniel Preda over here starting to GoFundMe over a computer, and I feel bad that his computer and his car were stolen, okay? But, like, the stories don't really always, and I'm not talking about this, but the other stories in the past don't match up with me. It's like, he goes and stays. You know, he comes out the Colleen Ballinger video where he says he's going to do better. 2 days later, he's posting a picture with James Charles. You do better, but you're going to hang out with a predator. And then and I said he's going to post this video because he's turning around to go to Italy. Then he's in Italy for 3 months. I mean, I don't really understand what the man does at all to pay his bills, but then to ask for a GoFundMe, I don't know. To me, it's a bad taste in my mouth, especially with what everybody out there has gone through, you know? I don't know, the whole thing makes me really, really sad. I was sitting in my head, I was like, am I going to share this, am I not going to share this? We have somebody that we know through somebody else that just went through a horrific tragedy. A absolutely horrific tragedy. I don't want to share what it is on here because people will start looking it up and stuff like that, okay? But, I mean, it's like, it was bad. It was just a couple weeks ago. And so, our friend was like, I wanted to set her up a GoFundMe, and I said, if you did, I would, like, shout it out from I mean, this person has nothing. I mean, literally nothing. Couldn't afford funerals and things like that. And I said, if you do, like, I'll say it. And I hardly ever shout out GoFundMes. When people ask me, I just am like, I don't even respond. Because I feel bad. Because if I do it once, I'm going to have to do it 10,000 times. So I just don't respond. But it makes me feel bad. Because a lot of people reach out to me with really sincere GoFundMes. But for this girl, I felt really bad for her. Okay? I mean, if you knew the situation, it's just horrific. And so I said, well, if you do, I'll shout it out in my videos. I said, I know that people will probably donate because the story is whatever. And she said, no, she doesn't want us to. She said she'll figure it out on her own, that she's not going to beg for money. And I thought, you know, like, listen, people get in tough times and you have to start GoFundMes. I understand that. People get in tough times, but you want to also talk about I mean, I know people in my life that won't ask for help for any reason at all, but her situation is a situation that you ask for help for. I mean, I don't know. And then you have Daniel Preda out here because his car gotten broken into and stolen. I feel bad for Daniel Preda, but I don't know. I think it's very telling of his character, if you want to know the truth, when a lot of people are suffering 100 times worse than you are. I don't know. Trevino, I don't know nothing about that girl. Okay, I guess I need to watch some videos. I don't know nothing about her. Somebody said, where is Nikita Dragon? It's interesting because I got a couple comments about this in my last 2 Q&As, and I really hadn't looked anything up into Nikita Dragon. I looked her up on her Instagram. She posts regularly on her Instagram. She don't post on her channel that much anymore. She looks fantastic. So apparently now she has collaborated with, am I confusion, a contact lens company, and she's doing contact lens. I don't know. She's got it linked on her Instagram and stuff like that. She looks fantastic. I wish Nikita Dragon all the best. Okay, wish her all the best. I don't think that. Oh, somebody else just said on here about Nikita Dragon. I don't condone all of the drama of the past with Nikita Dragon. I think she's tried her best. And if there are things that I don't know, let me know in the comment section below. But I think she's done her best in the last year or two to kind of stay out of all that and just live her life. And I wish her the best. HRH, I think that gal's crazy. I don't know anything about her really, except for what I've seen online. But I think she seems crazy to me. how and why did Manny and Laura get involved with the Mormon Wives girlies? So I don't know that they are involved with them. I don't know if you guys, I don't watch them that much. I did see, so I covered extensively on my Peter Watches TV channel, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and I started watching it, like, after the 3rd episode came out or something like that, and I was like, oh, please, please, please. Not a 2nd season. These girls are so superficial. There's no depth to them whatsoever. They're not housewives. They think they are. I mean, they listen. They have not paid their dues to be real housewives, okay? I was like, please, not a 2nd season. And then they gave them a 2nd season. But anyway, it was interesting because I did my reaction to it on my Peter Watches TV channel. And then it was like 6 weeks later that Manny was talking about, oh my God, how did I miss this? Somebody sent it to me because I don't follow him or anything like that. And somebody sent it to me where he was like, how did I miss, like, oh my God, you've got to watch this show. Like, he had just found out about it, like, and everybody had been talking about it for months, right? So are they hanging out with them? Are they going to the swig? People keep on asking me if because there's a new swig. Listen, I love the fountain pops, and they drink them like crazy in that show. I do want to, listen, I'll tell you why I want to know Secret Wives of Mormon Wives. I actually did a drama video over here about it, because that one girl, I don't know what her name is, Whitney, I think I'm going to change her name to Martha. I like to change people's names. I'm going to change her name to Martha. Anyway, Whitney, Martha, somebody just texted me. It's probably my husband saying he's home. Whitney, Martha, her husband that had cheated on her and all that kind of stuff, which, listen, I feel bad for anybody that got cheated on, okay? But then after I made my video, it came out and it said that he was on the grinder and the scruff and things like that. Have you seen her husband? Have you seen her husband? On Grindr and Scruff, you have? They all are on them. They are that Sam and from Sam and Nia from the Ashley Madison. Supposedly, he is on the Scruff and the Grindr too. I mean, come on now. So anyway, okay, let's get back into this. Hold on, I gotta text my husband back really quick. Okay. Oh, I went out of my questions. Hold on, let me get back to my questions. All right, here's the next questions. What somebody asked me about. Bad baby, I don't know nothing about her. Is she the Catch Me Outside girl? I don't know nothing about her. I don't care. Thumbelina the Squirrel. I love Thumbelina the Squirrel. Paige Christie, somebody said. Paige Christie and I are good. I don't know, like, Paige commented on a video of mine not too long ago, and it was one of the videos where I was like, oh my God, what's the drama or whatever. I acted like I was, you know, I had to address these issues. And Paige came over there and commented and was like, oh my God, I'm sat for this or something like that. And somebody left some weird comment about, like, you needed to decide whether y'all are friends or whatever. Paige Christie and I worked out things years ago. Catch up. I don't know that. I mean, listen, years ago, people used to say, y'all need to work your shit off offline. And then we work our shit off offline. And then, I don't know, you want me to give you updates? Okay, here, I'll give you an update. I don't even remember when it was. It was, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Well, no. It was before Sam, here for the tea, passed away. Because at the end of that year, I needed to go into the new year making some amends. And there were some amends that I needed to make. Paige was one of them. Dustin Daly was the other one. And Sam here for the tea was one of them. And all three of them were willing, I've shared this before. All three of them were willing to listen to my amends. And we had really nice talks with all three of them. And Paige and I have been good ever since then. Paige and I have been great. We reach out to each other every once in a while. I think she just started a podcast or something like that. Best luck to you, Paige. I have no issues with Paige. Paige and I are good. I'm good with almost, I can't think of one drama commentary channel that I'm not good with. If anybody reached out to me and had an issue with me today, listen, back in the day, it was messy and whatever. Listen, I'm in my lane today. I'm doing my thing. I'm good. I got no issues with anybody today, okay? That doesn't mean that I condone everything that they do or say. It doesn't mean that they condone everything I do or say. But we're all good today. I'm old, okay? You know, Paige said to me, this was like one of our very first conversations. She's like, we have so fucking grown up. We went through a lot of shit and we're grown up now. Paige has got 2 kids. Listen, okay, I've been together with my husband for 16 years. We are not fighting about petty shit, okay? Like, that stuff is old, okay? I don't know. I'm not stuck on it anymore. I wish some of these people online, okay, that we talk about were able to work their issues out the way that all drama channels have. Because the drama channels, baby, we are good. The OG solid drama channel, the OG drama channels, we're solid. We're good. Okay, I wish some of the other people that we talk about, that the drama channels talk about, I wish they could work their shit out, okay? But no, we're good over here. So, yeah, it's interesting to me that people still ask me questions about her. Give me a second, this is gonna stop, so I'm gonna, hold on just 1 second. Okay, so that Paige and I are good. Okay, let me get into this. I'm just gonna answer a few more of these, and then maybe I'll save these for another day. Okay. I don't know who some of these people are. Graveyard Girl. I like Graveyard Girl. I think Graveyard Girl's really sweet. I think that it's interesting to me that Shane Dawson did the video trying to help her with her career, then he never came back and checked in on her, okay? I think that Graveyard Girl had more uniqueness, and she knew what she was doing when he came along. I don't know. I think Graveyard Girl is interesting to me because somebody said to me the other day her views are not great. I mean, her views are still pretty good, but are they what they were compared to several years ago? No. Graveyard Girl is somebody that I truly believe could reinvent herself 500 times and people will continue to watch her. I really do. I like her a lot. I like her a lot. I don't watch her a lot, but I like her a lot. Mallory Brooke, I love her and she's so inspiring. Okay, so Mallory Brooke and I have gone back and forth through the years, talking a little bit here and there. She's educated me a lot on the behind the scenes of the makeup industry. That's all I'll say. But Mallory recently has gone through some really tough times. And if you don't know, please go watch her videos on her channel, Mallory Brooke. I adore Mallory. I think she is just really a good-hearted person. She actually moved close, but still kind of far away from me. And I reached out to her and said that I would love to get together with her. And, you know, she's about the age of some of my husband's girlfriends. And so introduced her to a group of, you know, young women that she can hang out with and do things with. And we've kind of like talked back and forth. I love her. I wish her the best. I think Mallory Brooke is one of the most sincerest souls of anybody I've ever witnessed on YouTube. And, you know, I think she is a good example of turning her wounds into wisdom and taking what you've gone through and trying to help somebody else. And the woman has gone through hell, and I wish her all the best. So, yeah, I adore Mallory Brooke. Delphi. Oh, I've got so much thoughts about Delphi. I think they got one person. They got one thing right. What's Manny MUA up to these days? I forgot he existed. I forgot he existed too until somebody asked me that other question. Nikita Dragon. Oh, this was the first comment that I read. Oh, my leg is falling asleep. Nikita Dragon is back, girl. Well, apparently I looked. She didn't go nowhere. Tana and the Joey stuff. I'm going to make a whole video about that. A Manny Mooch and the Bethany Frankel drama. I don't know anything about what's the Bethany Frankel drama. Can you guys let me know? I don't know. Peter Monn and his plans for the future. Well, my plans for the future are, starting in June, I have decided and been drafting. I know when I say this. You know what? No, I'm going to save that. We're not getting into that today. We're not getting into that today. Because when I say it, because people are like, are you still going to make the movie? Yeah, I'm going to still make the movie. I'm still writing the book that I'm going to turn into a movie. It just couldn't happen last year, you know? People are like, well, why did it not happen this year? Well, my main star, my sister-in-law, got pregnant, first of all. Okay, so we have a niece or nephew coming any day now. And so she couldn't be my main star in it and things like that. Plus, we didn't get a lot of snow last fall. So I got to, like, figure out where I'm going to do it. And I hadn't written the book. But it's coming. It's going to happen one of these days. It's going to happen one of these days. Okay, let's see what else somebody said. All these people ask me about Manny MUA, Manny MUA. What happened with you and Manny? Maybe I just forgot. Nothing really happened with Manny and I. I mean, we never had really any talk about it or anything like that. Manny was just somebody that I supported for a long time. I liked Manny's relationship with his dad. I liked that his dad got on video and talked a lot about that. About his coming out and things like that. I liked Manny's authenticity when he talked about, you know, like my personal life might be in my career might be in the green or the red, but my personal life's in the green, referring to Social Blade. There was a moment there where I feel like Manny MUA was trying to turn things around and try to stay out of the drama. I reached out to both he and Laura and asked them if they wanted to do interviews. They were not interested in doing interviews with me about the drama, and I respected that. I am somebody that supported Manny for years and years and years. He understood that if I had to make drama videos about him, I would. He understood it. I shouted that Celine lip gloss out for years and years and years. I truly, truly believe in that lip gloss. I think that Manny's, I don't know about any other products because that's the only product of his I use. I think the lip gloss products are fantastic. I stand by that to this day. When Manny got in the podcast with Laura Lee and talked about the Colleen Ballinger situation, and they both acted ignorant about Adam McIntyre, and Laura was like, didn't that like happen like 4 years ago? And he's like, yeah. And then he's like, I feel sorry for Colleen Ballinger. I was like, you feel sorry for Colleen Ballinger? They didn't do any education on that situation. They didn't educate themselves on that at all. I don't have a problem with somebody changing their opinion or coming on video and saying, I didn't educate myself enough. I shouldn't have spoken on it. They did none of that. They took that video, first of all, they left that video up, okay? Then they started getting shitty comments on it. Then they disabled the comments. Then they took the video down, like 2 hours after they disabled the comments. Never spoke of it, have never spoken of it since, okay? Then you got Spill Sesh that has Manny MUA in her video, and Spill Sesh, a drama commentary channel, a huge drama commentary channel, doesn't even say to Manny on there. She says, oh, maybe we'll go out to the club later. Doesn't even ask Manny, okay? You want to talk about why you took that podcast down? The number one thing that Manny, other than his friendship with James Charles, should be asked by a drama commentary channel. She didn't even say, this is a full moment for me to have you on here because you were the first drama channel that I talked about. Maybe this isn't the video to talk about it, but could you come back on here for an interview since we're so close? Since we're so close and I got your number in my phone and we're talking about going out to a club, would you be willing to come back as the Barbara Walters that I want to be and I will interview you? Where's that interview? I'd like to see that, okay, from the up-and-coming Barbara Walters. I want to see that video, all right, where you put your friend down, because we were expected to do that shit for years, okay? Drama channels were expected to eat each other alive for years. People ask me all the time, they're like, what's your issue with Spill Sesh? I got no issue with Spill Sesh. I wish Christy all the best. I do, okay? What I have an issue with is the standards that we were held to and the difference in the standards that she was held to, all right? That's what I have an issue with. I don't have an issue with Christy. I have an issue with the standard holders. That's what I have an issue with, okay? I think that her integrity needs to be checked a little bit, that she don't have any reason. I mean, to me, it's a little bit, but girl, whatever. It's a different world of drama commentary, you know? We actually really cared to give the truth to our audience, and I guess it's more important to just get the views. I don't know. I don't know, you know what I mean? But anyway, but then Manny comes out with this podcast about Colleen Ballinger, okay? Then they don't ever address it, you know. Laura said something about, well, I never knew her, okay? Well, she didn't really know her, but Manny did. Manny had done videos with Colleen Ballinger as Colleen. Manny had done videos with Colleen as Miranda Sings. Manny had been inappropriate in those videos, and they took the video down. They never addressed it. Then Manny continued his friendship with James Charles and was in his, like, promotion videos for Painted and things like that. And I just thought, girl, like, seriously, you are such a coattail rider. Like, people used to say it about you with Jeffree Star back in the day, that the only reason you were friends with Jeffree Star was because you're a coattail rider. Now you won't come out against Colleen Ballinger because what? You're afraid she's going to have another career and then you done talked about the Predator? Oh, and you're also still hanging around with James Charles, okay? So you got two Predators as friends. And the thing is, I don't believe in my heart of hearts, although years ago when I asked Manny on the phone, I said to him, and I've said this in videos, okay? So please do not compare me to other people that want to put him in their videos for a moment and never ask him questions. I have said this. I asked Manny on the phone about James Charles, why he never checks him. And he goes, if you knew James behind the scenes, you would know that none of that is true. And I said, Manny, there is evidence out there of what James has done. He goes, what evidence? I go, do not act stupid, Manny. We had this conversation on the phone. I talked about it in enough videos, right? So the fact that all these years he continued to stand by it, I thought, so your money is more important to you than your morals? Because you think that maybe James Charles might shout out your Lunar Beauty in a video? Miss me with that shit, okay? Miss me with the shit that you are more worried about future collaborations with Colleen Ballinger or your precedence and standing within the influencer community. This is why I could give a shit about being an influencer, okay? Or you're friends with James Charles, who has never shouted out anybody, okay? You're more concerned about that than your moral integrity. And then on top of everything else, I just was like, I'm done. You're my biggest disappointment. He had every opportunity to come out and address that. He had every opportunity to come out and say, Laura didn't have anything to do with this. I should have done I should have educated myself on Colleen Ballinger, but he didn't. So nothing really happened between Manny and I. I just made 6 or 7 videos about it at that time, and then he unfollowed me. I don't think he blocked me. I think he just unfollowed me off of everything. His dad unfollowed me off of everything. I don't care. I don't seek the approval of these people, you know? I'm coming here to educate you guys on what these people are really like behind the scenes, okay? And what these people are really like behind the scenes is that money is the most powerful thing in the world, and they will sell out their morals and integrity, okay? When it comes to predatory allegations, when it comes to racism, when it comes to any kind of issue out there, they will sell out their integrity and their morals and their values for money. That's my issue with Manny MUA. And I think he's a perfect example of it. And it makes me sad because Manny MUA was somebody that I really, really liked. It's very similar to Raw Beauty Christie in that who I thought Manny was is somebody that I thought would do the right thing. It doesn't surprise me that Jeffree Star hasn't done the right thing. Jeffree Star, I don't think, is somebody that would do the right thing. It doesn't surprise me that, other people haven't done the right thing. Robbie DeChristie is somebody I thought would come out and address things because I thought it was the right thing to do. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like you. Maybe of some of you out there. Maybe I have too many high expectations for these people, you know? I don't know. But through the years of watching it, what I realized was that these people care more about their money than they do about morals and integrity, and it makes me kind of sad, you know? So let me go in here and answer one last one on here. People are asking about Deaf Noodles. I feel like I'm going to have to do a follow-up one to this. People are asking about Ash Trevino, HRH, Trisha Paytas, a Nick Avocado, mind-blowing transformation, but has he changed? Has he? I don't know. I don't watch him. Did he really get a facelift? This short keeps on showing me he's like facelift at 32 or something like that. I'm like, did he really get a facelift? He looks great. Do I think that he's an evil genius everybody makes him out to be? No. I think that, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know or care, to be honest with you. I wish Nick Avocado the best, okay? Whatever he's got schemed and planned to be 3 steps ahead of the rest of us down the road, I hope it works for him, okay? I'm never 3 steps ahead. I'm always 6 steps behind, all right? So I wish Nick Avocado and all of them the best. I wish you guys all the best. I love you. I'm going to do a follow-up video to this. I might put it back up on my Instagram if you guys want to ask me some more questions about some other influencers out there. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.